Yes. What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I am your host, Tashira Say. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week 88 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. And shout out to my man, DJ Locturnal, for providing us with that intro for the last 3 weeks. Well, this is the third week, and we'll be moving on to something next week. Now, what are we doing for this particular week? Well, you know me. I don't know, how can I describe myself when it comes to putting this stuff together? I'm a topical kind of guy. I kind of look at what goes on in the world or what I believe should be going on in music, or I'm inspired by certain things, blah, blah, blah. And this is one thing that we did in the first year, so that would have been 2013, that we didn't do in 2014. And I think we can revisit it and actually improve on what we did back in 2013. And I'm speaking on, I guess we would call this ethnic music, or our ethnic week. And here's the thing, especially in hip hop or R&B, pop, I would even go as far as to say some electronic subgenres. We borrow from different places. Most of the time it's from artists that we admire. We may sample their music or take some of their vocal stabs or speech or something like that. But that also applies not only to, other genres. What about other cultures? And that's the whole basis of this. So, especially all of us, at least in this particular podcast, all of us are in America. And we're all of different races as well. But different cultures, different societies, even ancient societies, indigenous societies have a lot to contribute and have contributed to music. And why not take a piece of that and implement it into our music? And that's what we're doing this week. We actually have 5 submissions. Start with a gentleman who has been hitting it out of the park pretty much every week since he came on, my man, Lord Magnus. Let's see what he's doing. Yes, Lord Magnus. I see you, bro. I see you. That was cool. That was cool. The one thing that kind of stands out to me is let me establish what was in there, which was a very impressive selection of loops and some stuff that he actually played. As far as like I'm assuming, because he didn't actually leave any kind of notes or anything in his submission, but I'm assuming like an African tribe, I'm assuming that yeah, that along with there was a couple of different string instruments in there. There was some vocals in there that were really, really nice. One or two other things I can't remember at the moment. But the one thing that stands out to me that I would say it's not bad, I would definitely look to improve that. I'm not certain what is the main part of the beat. Now, it's kind of had like some trap elements, which is really cool. I actually liked like the rolling hi-hats and the 808 type snare, had a little reverb in there, which was really cool. But the drum loop or the main drums that were played, African drums, kind of were, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but they were, for the lack of a better term, a little sloppy. And I only mean that in saying that they were loose. And with that, it kind of didn't establish the main structure of the beat, at least to me. Not sure how everybody else feels, but at least to me, it was a slightly hard to follow because of that. Now, if there was like doesn't matter what type of kick and that was matching the snare in there, but if it was a boom, ka, boom, 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 ka, something like that, and then the drums were around it, oh, dude, that would have been perfect in my opinion. That would have definitely had established the main beat, and then you have the ethnic elements around it. But I really did like it. I would love to see you go back and not only take my suggestions, but other people in the community or people that take some other suggestions and improve upon that, because that's definitely a great foundation and it can be used for something. I'm being very real with you, EJ. But other than that, I really enjoyed it, man. So excellent job as far as participating this week. But I definitely want you to go back and play around with that and improve it. Do something with it and let us hear it for real, man. All right, moving on to our man Gold 007. This one, just based on the title and what he said in the description, I'm very interested in hearing. So let's get to it. Boy. Yes, yes. Oh boy. That's what I'm talking about. So, a reason that you haven't seen me actually participate in, the WHP this year and most of last year as well is because it's not about me. It's about the people that's actually performing, the people who actually put their hard work in, and they turn in these submissions every week. And I've kind of, taken my proper spot, I guess you can say, as the leader, or what I would use the analogy as the general. And just follow me for a second. So I give out these orders, instructions, missions, whatever you want to call them. And I say, go out, handle this biz. And when these cats come back, this is what they come back with. Holy crap. This track right here is sickening. Oh, gold. Yeah, what I was telling you in the beginning, the name of the track is called Magic Carpet Ride, and it's in Istanbul. And man, did he deliver, using a bunch of Turkish instruments, man. Really, really enjoyed that. And going back to Lord Magnus, that's what I'm talking about right there. Having that main groove established, that main beat established, and having everything else around there. That's what I'm talking about. So for Magnus, go back and try to, rework that and do something similar to what this is. And I'm pretty sure everybody else's submission is. But gold came through, man. Especially, I think it was around the 140, 150, where he had the, oh my God. That part right there was sickening, but the entire track, the structure, the intro, the initial part, then the beat actually kicks in, or right after the 1 minute mark, and just evolves, and it has a kind of some synth, I wouldn't say electronic, more synth elements, and just built up. Man, really dope. The only thing, and this is not a knock against the track, the only thing that I think it would have needed, especially the way that it built up and it ended, if you just had that one, towards the end, just one, that would have made it just stupid, in my opinion. But gold, man, way to deliver as usual, man. Whew. Wow. And the crazy thing about that track is it came in a lot earlier in the week. So that just lets you know how inspired Gold was. He jumped on it right away, and that's what he banged out. So major props for that, my man. All right, coming up to South Carolina, my man DJ Nocturnal. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible DJ Nocturnal. Oh boy. The entire track, the entire 250 or whatever that was. Just over here losing my mind. Like, this track. First of all, this dude has been handling his business the entire time. Happy anniversary, by the way, because I think it was in last June or last July that he came through. But man, he has improved so much over this last year. It's insane. And it's all because he takes time to hone and work on his craft every single week. That's what this is all about. That's what the weekly homework assignment and podcast is all about. Yeah, you get to work on some beats and, you know, you get your name on and your music heard on YouTube and in a podcast and people know you. But what it's really about is taking the time to improve yourself, your skills, your craft, and just evolve and just become as much of a beast as you should be as a musician. And that's something we're definitely seeing with Locke, dude. Oh my God. But even down to, I would give him props on this, even down to his mixing and the mastering of the track, all of the levels and everything are nice and even. I mean, dude, and they hit. Everything has its own space and you can hear everything in the track. That's what I'm really loving, on top of what he's doing musically in his tracks now. Drums on point, bass lines and synths and keys and stuff on point, chops on point. I mean, check marks next to everything. He got it. But this track, man, whoa. And he said in his submission, flamenco with a bit of mariachi, with a dash of DJ Nocturnal. Man, what else needs to be said about that? God, that track is ridiculous, man. Sheesh. Making me want to just, all right, whatever. All right. Excellent job, Locke. All right, moving on to my man's representing Detroit. Very interested in hearing this because he's been clowning over the last few weeks. Sho-Nuff. What you got for us?
For the breakdown.
Oh, don't do it. Oh my gosh.
Damn it, Sho. Are you serious right now? Dude. Whoa. Sho is not playing. Oh my God. And see, Sho is reminding me of 2 years ago. A gentleman that just came in, was very quiet, didn't say much actually in the community, at least not at first, but every single week was just cranking out bangers. And I'm talking about my man, Stephen G. And not just for the electronic aspect, just the fact that Sho comes through and does something entirely different from everyone else, and he murders it every single week. I mean, listen to that. That joint was called Bollywood Breakdown. Do we really need to break it down, so to speak? Holy crap. But just listen to how he put that track together. Dude, you had... if you don't know Bollywood would be the Hollywood of the Indian, not Native American, of the Indian culture, and Pakistanis, and I know there's a couple of sub cultures, but man, had loops, had actual instruments he played, had vocal parts, and I promise you, I know 2 of those were actually Sho. I know 2 of those were Sho. They're, oh, don't do it. Oh my God. Sounded like Apu from The Simpsons. But man, listening to this joint, what he's doing with all of his tracks, this one in particular, ooh, Sho is showing out. It continues to. I don't have anything else to say about the track that the track hasn't said or proved itself. And again, mixed very well. Everything has its own space. Nothing is distorted. Nothing is stepping on anything else. Everything has its own presence. And on top of that, on top of everything being sonically perfect, in my opinion, it was structured and put together very well. It evolved. It had different patterns and breakdowns and mutes and stuff. Like, this dude's just nutting out, man. Nutting out? Did I just say that? Nutting up, nutting out, acting silly, whatever. Sho, thank you, my man. All right, moving on to the last submission of this week. From my man, from your man, Mr. Wallace. Let's go.
Music is very important to us. We are a singing people, okay? And we're not going to sing because we want to sing. We are a singing nation. When there's a funeral, we sing. When a child is born, we sing. So singing to us permeates our whole entire life.
Yes. My main man, Mr. Wallace, closing it out for week 88 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Yes. I loved everything about that, dude. It's this podcast as a whole was incredible, and it's something that I've been talking to the cast at CMA, with the people at CMA, especially over these last couple of weeks, because every podcast this year has just been solid. It really has. And it seems to be getting better. I don't know. Well, no, it's not. I was about to say, I don't know if it's me with my selection of assignments. And no, it's not that. It's the people are really putting in work. That's exactly what it is. And they're just inspired by what I may give them. But then they go back and just turn in these incredible creations, man. And Wallace's is no exception. It's like, come on, dude. I love the beginning with the narration where my man is talking. And then he said this was actually the main vocal part was taken from a wedding ceremony in Botswana. So, of course, this is African stuff. You know, we take it back to the motherland. But, yeah, he took that from a wedding ceremony in Botswana. And then what he did around it and with it, weaving in and out of it and bringing in other elements. And this is like one of my favorite Wallace tracks. I got to give it up because I love the instrumental elements that he put on top of that. And then he always goes and gets his breakbeat drums, and then he adds that, and eventually at the very end of the song, it's this big full, I want to say, masterpiece, you know, whenever all of the elements come together towards the very end. That's been building up towards that, and it feels really good every single time. And dude, I really enjoyed that. I really like what he did around the 2:05, 2:10 mark, where he actually just had the vocal sample, the chant, and then he actually had like some pad elements on top of there, but then he was filtering and phasing the vocal part, which was really dope. I'm a huge phaser fan. I don't know why I'm a phaser versus flanger fan, but I like phaser a lot better. But man, I love what he did with that. And then just the overall structure of the song and how he put it all together. This dude was killing it, man. Shout out to Mr. Wallace, Sho-Nuff, DJ Locturnal, Gold 007, and Lord Magnus. And thank you for watching, listening, being a part of what we do every single week. If you would like to be one of us and do what we do at CMA as far as the weekly homework assignment and podcast, as far as a part of the community, as far as the upcoming Bang Show, and several other things that we are doing over there, come on over to computermusicacademy.com and join us. It's that simple. I'm done for the week. You enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.